Okay. Well, these are letters. Hope this letter finds you. I'm sitting outside on the porch of the hospital where I'm recovering from my wounds. A good-looking nurse rolled me out here so I could write to you. A volunteer from Munich, she tells me. Here in Dar es Salaam, afternoon is drawing near. A chill breeze comes in from the sea, and with the breeze comes a smell of fish and rotting seaweed, the almost unbearable stench from the burning bodies by the shoreline. The view of the land from this location is absolutely gorgeous. I have found Africa to be, in many ways, a wondrous place. Has an air of freedom, a sense of adventure, if you will. I wish you could experience it with me, Heinrich. I've always seen things I wish I could have unseen. Remember how I told you once that I would never regret my decision to quit my education and join the army. To be honest, in the grimmest of moments I have cursed my decision. I still ponder this, but if I hadn't left the university, would I not have felt as lost and aimless as I did? Speaking of which, how is Elsa? Have you spoken to her at all? Have you seen her? On campus, perhaps on the street, or by the river where we used to fish? Maybe I should not ask this, but I do think of her when darkness falls over the desert. It's comforting. The violence can be tough to handle. Some of the men are losing it. They say we shouldn't even be here, and I understand why they say this. Especially the less experienced ones, they're afraid, you see. Afraid of the guerrilla soldiers, the primitives. A month ago, we were out in the desert. I was piloting my wolf tank. We were 4 men in the tank. Me, Wolf, Gunther, and Kellerman, if I pronounced those correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. Have you seen these tanks? They came straight out of General Strauss's workshop. They're fueled with nuclear reactors and armed with state-of-the-art weaponry. A troop of wolf tanks can decimate an entire village in the blink of an eye. However, the one thing these machines of war can't handle is abundant in the desert sand. We didn't see it coming. Somewhere close to the Tanganyikan border, a dust storm blew out of nowhere. Within minutes, everything was covered in sand. They got into the engines, through the cracks in the hull, and caused the tanks to malfunction. Suddenly, we found ourselves stranded. We had no choice but to set up camp. And there were 20 of us in our squad. We took turns guarding the perimeter. I was awoken by a blood-curdling scream in the middle of the night. I ran outside. The camp was in a state of absolute chaos. My men were running like headless chickens, while dark men, primitives dressed in strips of leather, faces painted red, the whites of their eyes glowing in the dark, leaped across the camp and gutted and slashed our men. I saw Gunther eviscerated where he stood. He tried to hold his guts in, but they slipped through his fingers. One of the primitives came at me from nowhere and stabbed me in the stomach. I managed to grab my gun and shot him dead. I pulled out the knife and crawled away from the scene and then ran across the desert. The terrible screams haunted me through the night. I was told they kept some of them alive to torture while the dead were hung up outside, disemboweled, and their sexual organs cut off and shoved down their throats. Ugh. So you understand that a lot of men here, they are beginning to lose their morale. And to a degree that is understandable. I, however, will not surrender to these feelings of weakness, no matter how tempting they may be. I will stand by my belief and the ideals of our leader. We are the stronger race, and there can be no room for anyone but us. I hope you feel the same way as I do. Your friend, Oscar Wilsmore. P.S. If you see Elsa, tell her that I still love her. D.S. Okay. That was a long letter. Well, I wonder if these were probably that guy's friends. Hi. You're dead. Give them over here. No. Okay, where's the straggler? Ah, there you are. Hi. Oh, come on. Alright, let's keep moving. Jeez. That would have been a long fall. Okay. That's definitely where I need to go. Alright, let's go. Let's move it. Whoa, crap!
Return the favor, sir, and then some. Here, I'll pull you up.
All right.
Pay attention, beer boys. This is all turned from a goose hunt to a stick-up job. Behind us now is a center pillar of the German army. What are you doing here, nothing, master?
Private gate, sirs. Important for duty.
Well, crazy and dedicated. Welcome to the war. Take over, Private. Now, General Death's Head is nearer to us now than he's been in years. Some nasty wounds you've got there, Private. Be sure to mind that bleed. We eliminate the General, we cut the head off the crowd war machine. We don't, they're gonna have us for breakfast.
You all right there, kid? Sir, my eyes are watering, and I think I'm gonna be sick. Is this normal?
It's just nerves. Let me teach you a trick. Inhale. Count to 4. Exhale. Count to 4. All there is to it.
Well, having our ass tanned by some Nazi mutant fucking Frankenstein. So we ready then, lads? This time, we get the job done. Now let's go. Let's move it on. Go.
Oh, shit.
Are you lazy or wee roaster? This is a war, not a fucking Sunday church walk. Come on.
A good team. Like father and son.
Right. Captain Blazkowicz, Gates, Benson, your job is simple. Climb up this wall, get inside, locate the control room for this big fucking door and open it for us. You see any Nazi firearms, you take them. Bound to be better than ours. The rest of us will cover you from down here. Now, Once the doors open, we get inside, we work our way up through the building, we meet up again on the top floors, we find Death's Head, and we shoot him in the head.